Hello and welcome to my channel. I am Andrea and this is Beyond the Pink Door, and today's video I am going to show you what I made in January and February. So I've them all gathered up here. I didn't think I'd made a lot, but actually I'm really pleased with the amount of little sort of bits and pieces that I did actually get made. So I'm going to start with this one because I think this one I made in January. I can't quite remember, but I may have started it in December and finished it in January. So this is a Stylearc denim jacket. It's the Stevie denim jacket. I've made her the Stacey. I think it's the Stacey. I made her the Stacey before, which is a more fitted one, but this one is a more oversized one, and I've made it in a black recycled denim. I have made one for her before. I made one in a lovely dusky pink fabric that she wears so much. But in the winter she was really missing wearing her denim jacket, and pink wasn't a great colour, so we decided to make a black one. We made a black one rather than like an indigo one because we felt it matched more of the clothes that she wanted to wear it with. So it's a really lovely jacket. As I say, I've made it before, so it wasn't too much. I didn't find it a big job to make. It's a really enjoyable make, and you can actually make it from not a huge amount of fabric, and that's because there's so many pattern pieces in it. So there's loads of panels. So here at the front there's a yoke, and at the back there's a yoke. There's a main centre piece, two side pieces. The sleeves are in two pieces as well, so there's a seam down here and a little placket, which I actually really enjoyed constructing. On the front then there's actually 1, 2, 3 pieces. There's a pocket flap. I put a lovely little cotton poplin inside, so she's got a lovely pocket there. There's a welt pocket here again, which I enjoyed making, and again she has the cotton poplin there. And then there is a band on the bottom, cuffs and a collar. So loads of pieces to cut out, and it would be very easy to forget a piece because there's so many of them. And as I say, it doesn't take a massive amount of fabric simply because there's so many pieces. She enjoys wearing it. I enjoyed making it. That's all I want in life. And yeah, she loves it. So I put in silver metal buttons, so these are the ones that you have a back, you have a front, and you basically hammer them in. And it takes 13 buttons. So I think I had 2 packets of 6, and then I had to go into a third one for the 13th. There's a little tab at the back here, so you can tighten it in and loosen it. And I think, oh, I actually left out, I left out 2 of those. I don't know whether I did that on purpose or not, but yeah, I left out the other one as well. Anyway, that hasn't been noticed, so that's good. So yeah, that was my first make, a nice little involved make for January. And then, I don't think this was my next make, but it's the next one I want to talk about. And this is a dress that I made for a wedding. So I had a wedding to go to. I'm going to say it was the beginning of February, could have been the end of January, I can't remember, but it was between January and February, and I decided I would make a dress, obviously. Now I have loads of dresses in my wardrobe, but you know what, when you haven't been out at anything for ages and you've had no reason to really dress up apart from a shopping trip to the local supermarket, I decided to make a dress. And I ummed and ahed about a dress, and I decided to make the Ninalee spring dress. So this is the spring dress pattern that came free last year, I'm going to say, in the Simply Sewing magazine, and I am a huge fan of it. And I just thought it would be a lovely, comfortable dress because I had to travel to the UK to the wedding, and I hadn't been on a plane in a long time, like a lot of people, and I didn't know if I was going to swell up, or you know the way sometimes that can happen when you're travelling. So I thought, yeah, nice, loose, comfy dress that will take on a wedding dinner or whatever with loads of room was the perfect dress. So I made it from this Atelier Jupe animal type print, and I have to say I was just so comfortable in it. I did a little change to the pattern because I wanted to wear an actual belt with it. And I really don't like putting a belt around myself because I always end up, you know, when you sit down, then you get up and you have a big bulk sticking out your back above the belt and you're fixing and you're messing. I just want to put on a dress that just does what it's supposed to and just stays where it's supposed to. So I had an idea from the Frida pattern company Davenport dress. So the Davenport dress has a little belt channel that you sew in between the bodice part and the skirt part. And then you do put in a drawstring, but I thought, do you know what, I wonder if I sew a channel like that and have it so that I can thread a belt through it. I also had the idea from the Sewing Revival dress that I made at Christmas. The name I can't remember. I'll pop in a picture of it because that has a channel at the back. It's mostly the back that really annoys me with a belt. So what I did was I made a little channel. So I had a piece of fabric about so high and I ironed it in two and I sewed it in between basically the skirt and the body. And I did it back here, so it's about 4 inches away from the side seam on each side. If you can see it there. So the belt threads through and then you get to see the belt here at the front. Now this isn't exactly the belt I wore with the dress, I just can't find it, but you get the idea. This is also navy, but the belt is black, but I had to I had to work with what I had. So anyway, I wore black tights and black kind of booty shoes, so the black worked anyway. But yeah, I was really comfortable in it, and I found this belt so much, I suppose, nicer to wear because it was an occasion of dressing up rather than having, what I did before was I put like a little string belt in it, but I kind of thought that wasn't dressy enough. So yeah, I was really pleased with this and I think it looks really, really nice. So I will insert a picture of me in the dress. It's not a full length dress, as in, sorry, it's not a full length photograph, but yeah, we really, really enjoyed the wedding, I have to say. And I made a lovely new friend at the wedding as well, which was the highlight of the day. So I met friends of my partner Jason's and the lady, Aileen, lovely lady, loves sewing, so we had a little sewing chat at the wedding. It's great. Highlight of the day. So that's the dress. What I'm wearing is another make. So this is the Jennifer Lauren Gable top, which I really like. I made it from this lovely cotton jersey that I had in my stash since last summer. So this fabric came into the shop, sold really fast, and when it came in a second time, I nabbed a piece for myself because I really liked it and I knew I would be able to get it again. So very selfish of me, I love it. It's got a great combination of stripes and florals. I had this last year and I know I said in one of my vlogs that I was deliberating of what to make because at the time I was loving making the Deer and Doe Givre dress, which is a very simple t-shirt dress, and I hummed and hawed between making that or making a top, and a few weeks ago I just decided, do you know what, I really love the fabric, just make a top because you'll wear it more. So I actually got 2 tops cut out of it. Now it was a squeeze, I will say. So this is the Jennifer Lauren Gable top. I'm really happy with the sizing of this. I find that the Jennifer Lauren doesn't fit me straight out of the packet, which is, that's fine. So I cut a 10 here at the top, I grade out to a 12 at the bust, and then I grade out to a little more than a 14 at the hips because I find her patterns are very narrow hipped for me. So this is what it looks like. So it is, I do have a little bit of room around the waist, which I like because I don't like that clinginess, and I feel I could have made it slightly shorter, so today I'm wearing it just slightly tucked up, but I don't mind because, you know what, it may shrink anyway. I like the sleeve because there's lots of room in it, and I just like this kind of a length. My pattern matching at the side, I'm dead happy with that. And I was careful when I was cutting it out so that I could do that, but under the arm, we won't even look at that. That didn't happen. I just had to make do with what I had. And I also cut out and sewed up another of the itch to stitch Lego tanks. Now, I didn't have enough for all the bands, so I had a bit of red jersey in my stash. And I love how this turned out. This is a really cute top, so I think that I will definitely get more wear out of this top and this than I would have out of a t-shirt dress. So I'm really, really pleased with that. I'm loving these Lego tanks. I made one as well from this little offcut of cotton jersey, and I did a sew along for that, so I'll pop in a card for the sew along if you haven't seen it. And these are really lovely. I've cut out a few more so that I will just run up a few more just to have some really nice ones for the summer. I'm trying to think forward into a little bit of summer sewing as well. And I do love wearing them as like little layering pieces, so I love having them underneath a sweatshirt or a cardigan. I'm going to wear this today, obviously it's on me, but because I'm filming this early in the morning, and I am thinking I need to add a nice little red cardigan, I think, to my wardrobe. So I'll have to add that to one of my make lists. What else have I got? I'm going to grab another few bits, and I think I will put on my next make for you actually. I made the Hug Hoodie, and since this pattern got released, I've been withering and dithering about buying it, and I eventually gave in when I saw Amelia's Hug Hoodie recently, and she made the slow pants to go with it, and they're just such a gorgeous combination. I bought this pattern and I bought the slow pants to go with it as well, so that I will eventually make the slow pants, and then I'll have the most gorgeous comfy leisure wear. It'll be so nice. So this is the Hug Hoodie, and you can see it's quite a cropped hoodie, and for me at just 5 foot, I'm wearing it with high-waisted jeans today. If I was wearing my low-waisted kind of hipster jeans, it would be too short, and I would definitely wear a top underneath it. It's got this lovely wrap-over band detail to it. I was always curious about this pattern as to whether it had two pieces at the front that wrapped over, but it doesn't. It just has this very clever one piece here and this extra little piece here, and the band that goes all around. So you can see here it dips down at the back. It's really, really comfortable. I've used a French terry. Sorry about the scraping chair. This is a French terry fabric in one of my most favourite animal prints, and it's got all these gorgeous colours on it. I will admit I did think about using the pink as the accent colour, but I went with the navy so that I didn't take away too much from the print, and I think it's worked out lovely. So this is an organic soft sweatshirting that we have in the shop in loads of colours. The pink was a perfect match as well, I have to say. It was gorgeous. But yeah, I went with the navy. So I have the navy on the cuffs, on the bottom band, and I did the hoodie version of it. And the soft sweat is incredibly comfy on the inside of the hoodie. I'm not sure if I would make a hoodie again. I don't wear a lot of hoodies. I do wear more of a neck band, but I really liked the look of the hoodie, but I'm finding it very awkward to get the hoodie part comfortable. It's a really nice size hood, so if you were into wearing hoods, like, it's perfect. Absolutely perfect. It's really nice. That's actually so cozy. I can't see myself wearing it up that often, and as I say, I'm finding it kind of difficult. My hair seems to go all over the place no matter what way I put it, but I think it looks really nice. So I'm definitely making this again. I'm deliberating with making the front of it a little bit longer, just a little bit longer, and as I say, at being so short, it's probably kind of, it's quite nice, but I'm just finding it a tiny bit too short. And then my last two makes to tell you about are my two Frida blouses. So I made one blouse, I'll pop in a picture, and I did a sew along for this, and I know a lot of you watched it, and thank you so much for watching it. I really enjoyed making it, and I know a lot of people have said that they have actually found it really, really helpful. So I love this blouse, absolutely love it. I made it from a viscose that I had left over from making a Ninalee spring dress last year, and it just worked out really lovely. It takes less than 1.5 meters of fabric for my size, so I made this one in the size 10, so that's the 38, and I really, really like it, but I just found that the more I wore it, the more blousy it felt, or the more big it felt, and I just thought, do you know what, if it was streamlined ever so slightly, I think I'd love it more. So this one is actually my third one to make, and I think I talked about the other two in my previous makes video. So yeah, it took me until the third one, and this happened to me with the fringe dress as well. I had to make a few before I got my size perfect. Now there's nothing wrong with it, and it's absolutely gorgeous on, feels really comfortable. I think it looks so cute. I know I'm going to wear it loads during the summer with my denim skirt particularly, but I was very curious to see what the next size down would feel like. And Rachel Stitched Up was doing her sew along, and I thought this is the perfect opportunity to size down. So I reprinted the pattern. The pattern comes in layers, so I reprinted it, and I printed it in the size 36, which is the 8. And I made this one. And I will add in a picture. I wore this with my high-waisted jeans, and I actually tucked it in. So I tucked it in more at the front and kind of loosened it at the back. I really like the look of that if I can get it neat looking. I had originally put it on and left it just out over my jeans, and Keris, who's very constructively critical for me, she said, do you know what, Mammy, that does nothing for you. And I had to agree. It just felt, yeah, can't describe it. I didn't like the look of it myself either, so I tucked it in, which isn't something I do a lot. I will tuck into skirts, but I don't generally tuck into jeans. I'm always feeling slightly self-conscious about that, but I really liked the look of it, and it was lovely. It was neater feeling. I definitely felt the difference through the yoke at the back. I felt it was more my size, and yeah, really pleased with it. I made it during Rachel's sew along. Apart from the buttons, I sewed the buttons on the following day, but I made it during her sew along on the Saturday, and I wore it Sunday at the live, and I actually wore it Monday and Tuesday as well. I just loved it. I wore it with navy leggings that I've made as well, which I actually totally forgot about for this video. I forgot I made those. But I wore it with my navy leggings, and I wore it with one of my Harper cardigans over it. So I have a Harper cardigan in a Ponte Roma that I made, oh, must be 2 years ago, and it's got it's a teal colour, and it actually worked really nicely over it. So I just love it. I absolutely love this blouse, and there's definitely going to be a 5th and probably a 6th, because when I find a pattern that I like and I get to the size that I like, I just make loads. And why not? So that's a little roundup of what I've made in January and February. I don't particularly think any of these were planned as such, they just happened organically. So whatever took my flight of fancy at the time. So I hope you've enjoyed watching my little video of my makes, and I will see you very soon in another video. Bye for now.